Fala galera, hoje é um dia muito especial, vocês estão vendo ó, onde a gente está. Para quem assistiu a live do canal aí, vocês vão entender o que a gente vem fazer aqui. A gente vai fazer um tour, vamos montar alguns PCs e ó, eu vou falar, é insano o que esses caras fazem. Seguinte, o Chris vai fazer o tour comigo, que é o dono do lugar, óbvio, ele só fala inglês, então o vídeo vai ser em inglês com legendas em português, tá bom? Vem comigo. Guys, this is the deal. We're viral today. We're gonna do a tour. We're gonna build PCs. We're gonna have fun. And I feel like a kid at Disneyland. Come on in with me. Well, Chris was waiting for us anyway. Hey brother.
What's up, man?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
We met through social media. I've seen their work.
Just like most love stories.
Like dating sites.
Right.
And basically, what, a week later, literally.
Yeah, almost to the day.
We have, I don't know how many PCs here, but I'll let Chris leads the
Too
tour.
many. This guy has more PCs than we have here. It's
I
crazy.
have not. I have not seen this place. I actually got here, I went to the bathroom, but I didn't look around. I don't know anything. I've only seen it on the internet. So Chris, take us over.
Yeah, so let's do it. We'll start with the tour, and we'll go from there. So first, thank you for coming. Appreciate you guys being here. It's going to be a super fun day, a tour, and then we're going to get to some PC building. We're actually going to go live on Twitch streaming as well, so can't wait. It's going to be a fun day. So when you first walk into the lobby here, we're in Dayton, Ohio. Of course, we have, like every gamer needs, full of energy drinks. We have every energy drink that you can imagine. All the Ghost, G Fuel, Rise, Prime, you name it, we got it. And then greeted by the front desk. We also have the adult beverages also, if you're so inclined. But aside from that, you walk in, you come to our PC section. Some of these are on the website as our ready-to-ship options. These are always rotating. We sell about 100 to 150 computers a month, so these are always rotating. So every time you come into the store, you're always going to see new computers here. All of them, obviously, fully unique, customized, all the viral way. Available right here. We keep them in stock from anywhere from around 1,200 all the way up to 12,000 all the time.
So because you have, like, literally, if somebody builds a PC on your website today,
yep,
you have all the parts here.
All the time.
Technically, you could say, you build it.
Yeah, if we had
as soon as the order gets in.
Exactly. Yeah. So if we had no queue right now, the queue is about 2 weeks long. But yeah, if we had no queue, if we were slower,
then you do all the printing, everything you do here.
Everything in house. Yeah, we don't outsource anything. All the customization, case customization. You just heard Brandon in there. We'll do a build room tour in a minute, but Brandon in there cutting the cases up with the power tools and the saws and making new glass, and all that's done in house.
Wow.
So,
well, guys, if you guys know me, you know how many keyboards I buy, and I think we're building one today here.
So of course, custom keyboard selection. Not many.
See, I've never built one. I only buy them ready to go.
Well, here
so
we go.
Probably gonna,
yeah,
I'm gonna learn that
because it's you really can't go to a in-store shop and get keycaps and switches and bases. There's not really too many other places you can do that. Micro Center has a small selection. They have a couple different bases, maybe a couple different switches, but we really wanted to be kind of a mecca. We have probably 15 different style of switches. As you can tell, about 10 different bases.
And those are viral, like branded,
Some
right?
are viral branded bases, and some are like Glorious and other brands. So we kind of do a mix of both.
Look, the cables that
custom coiled cables, and then we have some ready to build as well. We have a keyboard specialist named Liz. She works the front desk here. She does, these are always rotating as well.
Look at that.
So just like the computers are always rotating, we are always building brand new keyboards, different combinations, and putting them out to sell. Here, so
cool.
Then of course we have other peripherals as well. We have your stream cams and mice and headsets and anything else.
Somebody told me I need to ask you about this later.
These are cool. We're going to be streaming on Twitch with these today, so we'll get a little demo of them. But they're super cool.
I guess I'm taking that home.
They're wireless. They're 6 hours of battery, and it's a 3-pack, and you can switch. You can use them on OBS or your cell phone.
Put it on my tab, which is going to be a problem.
And then we have, of course, the full custom desk pads. This is going to be maybe one of the little surprises that we might have coming down the road. But every gamer needs a full-size desk pad, and we design and do all of these in-house, all sorts of different designs to fit any sort of aesthetic that you might have. So super cool. A really cool way and a cheap way to kind of add a little personality to your setup. Super cool. Around the left here, we have all of our merch. Every single hanger is a different merch item. That's how passionate we are about kind of clothing and a lifestyle. The vision behind the merch, Austin, co-owner of Viral with me, he used to have a clothing company before we did this, just as a little side hustle. We both always had side hustles in business before we did this, and one of his was graphic design and
It's
lifestyle
funny
brand.
how, you know, I tell my people this all the time. It's you guys built such a cool thing, but from different experiences. Everybody loved computers and games and stuff, but you guys didn't grow up doing this.
No.
Then you combine, and that becomes like something that it's very unique and cool. So
Yep,
this is really
especially having kind of an entrepreneur itch and a business kind of itch that I've always wanted to scratch and always really wanted to do, but really didn't want to take the risk and the jump. Now that we both did, just combining our lifetime of experience in corporate world, military world, and putting it into our own stuff. It's
So
really,
cool.
really fun. But so with the merch, every single clothing item is a different one. We try and keep the branding minimal. We don't want it to be, nerd clothing like this is a computer company. We really want it to be kind of lifestyle driven, and you can wear that out to a restaurant, and then, no one's going to know that you're a nerd, but the people that do know you're a nerd know and respect it.
correct. Nerds know nerds.
Exactly,
so
exactly.
we know each other.
So then around to the side here, we have everything for your your setups, your game rooms, your home offices, all sorts of little knickknacks, RGB lighting, nano leaves, custom art,
Fudeu.
all of that sort of thing.
Vou levar
So
metade do lugar. I'm going to take half of this place. I knew it was going to be a problem. I actually told my wife, hey, Lauren, just ignore
don't look at the credit card
Don't
bill.
look at the credit card.
Whatever.
All right, and then we have the arena.
So tell me, I thought my garage was cool. Now it makes me look like nothing. Shit. Sorry. This is so cool. So somebody walks in here right now, so we pay. Tell me how. I have no idea.
Yeah. So you're walking off the street.
And I'm not asking that for you guys to know. I don't know, so I'm asking.
Yeah, so you just pay for hours, so you can buy 1
So
hour.
let's say I come in here and say I want to play for 2 hours. I'll pay. I'll sit there, and one PC is mine for 2 hours.
Exactly. Or 1 hour. You
okay.
buy time and it goes on an online account. You log in with the username. When you log in, your time starts. When you log off, it quits. And the time never expires. So you can buy 4 hours and be like, only stay here for a half hour. Oh, I'm going to go eat dinner. Come back later. Come back anytime. So you just log in. I can show you the interface. We have about 150 different games. Anything from first-person shooters to racing games to strategy games, kind of anything. We also have, so along the right-hand side here, we have all of the consoles. So Xbox and PS5 along the right. Here in the middle behind you, we have a retro station. So you can tell we have the Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, N64, and then these TVs also have a Nintendo Switch that we can switch to. So retro / Nintendo Switch station here. Some stand-up arcades here. And then, of course, so we have the 40 high-end custom gaming computers. If you look down through here, it can kind of give you the scale of it, especially when this is full of people, all gaming, all tournament, trash talking, hooting and hollering, high-fiving. It's really a fun time, especially.
It would be fun to do an update in every PC every time one comes up.
Yep.
Well, we have, 6, and I think it's a nightmare.
So,
Chris,
yeah.
do you have somebody you guys take care of it?
We take care of everything, all in-house.
You and...
Yep, we have a good team.
Okay, well, how many people?
14.
14 people, okay, well.
Yep.
So, but do you have one IT guy or
Well, yeah, one IT guy. Yep, Michael. Yep, Michael holds it down.
It's always the IT guy's fault.
Yep, everyone that comes to the store knows Michael. Michael's the rock. He's the glue.
Either knows him or hates him. It's either...
I don't know anybody that hates Michael. Everyone loves Michael. But yeah, so we have, they're all the same. And then we even have one kind of special station here. This is the 4K OLED, 164 hertz or 165 hertz.
Is this more expensive if I want to play? No.
No. Nope.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve. This is good for like story-based games, the MMOs, RPGs.
No, because they tell me, because I suck at every game, you've seen it. If you guys watch some videos, it's terrible. But to play the Counter-Strike and all those games that I have, because I have that screen in my house, they say that's bad. I need to play with a little one.
Yep. So this is more of just like your RPG role-playing
I still don't believe it, but I know nothing about it.
And then we have the tournament stage, of course. We do tournaments every single weekend, anything from every weekend and throughout the week as well. So anything from Rocket League to Apex to Call of Duty, you name it, we'll run a tournament.
But you guys have your own tournaments, or
Yeah, we run all of our own tournaments.
Oh,
yep,
cool.
Yep. And then
and their
local
prices
high schools.
and stuff?
Yeah, they're all range from either a free entry all the way up to, depending on the price pool, $5, $10, $20, $100 entry.
So every
we
weekend.
have a $5,000 Call of Duty tournament coming up at the end of October. The price pool is $5,000.
And But obviously it starts on what, Saturday? And
Starts on Saturday, so that's a 2-day event. Starts on Saturday,
Sunday,
ends on
that's it.
Sunday. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Guys, check it out, the website. They have a lot of, their Instagram and everything else, but like there's some cool community stuff that they did. Had a huge party in the parking lot, I think.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
was
Every July
awesome.
22nd, Tony will be here next year.
Yep.
He's going to bring out the McLaren and set it out front.
Yes, baby. And
But we have
I
about
mean,
1,500 people, about 2,000 last year. It's the entire parking lot. It's a tech convention. We have everyone from MSI to local.
and you guys gave a PC away?
We
right?
gave 5 PCs away.
5.
Yeah, $15,000 in PCs we gave away last
We
year.
might have a surprise for you guys.
Yeah.
So we're cooking something because we scrap a lot of good. So one thing that my friends tell me all the time, because I'm going to say this and you guys are going to tell me, wow, you're picking up all your parts that are leftovers and you're going to build a PC and you're going to give it away. That is true, but the truth is I don't have cheap stuff. Cheap stuff, I mean, when I pick something and it's like this, the quality.
He's trying to build a streaming PC with a 4090 in it. Like, you don't need a streaming PC.
That's
with
it. You said it. So basically, what we're saying here, it's going to be probably a much better PC than the average people are going to have. So
Yeah. Then we have Flight Sim, of course.
that's something that I want to start doing on stream, but I haven't yet. So
Super fun. That's an actual real F-16 pilot helmet
Wow.
here in Dayton, of course, home of aviation. We have some local F-16 pilots, and we had one that came in and did a free F-16 fighter pilot training to anybody that wanted to join a few months ago.
so cool.
So yeah, and he actually owns a podcast as well, a gaming podcast. He's a big nerd himself called One More Game Podcast.
We
but
are.
He's a local F-16 pilot and loves it.
What
Loves
is
to stream
this?
as well. This is just a selfie station.
Selfie station,
Yep.
okay.
Then restroom on that side of the wall, and then we have a media room here.
Oh, this is where I see you guys all the time.
Yep.
when
So
you
this
do
is
your
our
stuff.
streaming room. So this is not only just for us. We allow any customers to come in, whether it be a kid that doesn't have the resources available to start their streaming career or do a podcast or play on Twitch or make YouTube videos. This is kind of a fully modular room that anybody can rent and play in.
That's so cool.
You can stream from here. We have 4 different cameras all set around, or you can kind of we have tripods as well. You can set a tripod up and shoot this way. We have some really cool TVs here, and of course these TVs can be changed to anything you want. So if you, for example, with your stream wanted to come in, we could throw up your graphics behind you while you're streaming, or if you wanted to do an unboxing. You, of course, have the table here, tripod there, and then you have a nice, really cool studio with a nice background that you might
See,
not.
that's a space that I don't have in my house that we need, but we don't do that stuff. We just race
Right.
and build nice PCs.
But we really want this to be a community center of the whole building.
That's
so
so cool.
giving
You
kids
have all the
access,
options. It's
all
all
the
here.
options.
Where
And
is
then the room that everyone might be most familiar with here. Here we go across the hall. So don't mind the black walls. We're wrapping all the walls here in just a couple of weeks.
I like it. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's going to be a garage theme wrap, of course. But we have the 2 F1 sims here, and then we have the 2 full motion with the D-Box on the right. So these are more similar to what Tony has on the right. And
Well,
then-
I have that rig is exactly the same. The guys from Advanced Sim Racing, they're awesome.
Yep.
And that's the picture that I sent you of the white PC. That I have a D-Box and that, but mine
Nice.
is fully customized, like has my name.
Of
on
course,
it and all
of course it is.
the way they they do it, right? So
Yeah, no, they do a great job. I mean,
and
yeah.
this, how does it work here? Is the same thing? You
Yeah,
pay
pay for the hour or a couple of hours. However, when you log in, your time starts. When you log off, it quits. And
If you had a place in India, I wouldn't have a studio
You
or
have
a garage.
access
I would
to,
just come here.
right, you have access to $30,000 racing sim for as little as $8. So, yeah. And then just a lounge area. This room is always changing with tables and chairs and birthday parties. We even do like beer pong tournaments once a month just for fun. And it's just kind of a really cool hangout spot.
I like the way that the PC is on the wall. I might do that at the house, Carlos, on my.
Just, yeah, put a shelf back there.
No, because remember we're talking about the PC. Can I say what we're doing, or is it
Yeah.
a surprise?
I mean,
No, we're building a twin, right? A stream PC and a PC.
A gaming PC and a stream PC.
For my sim. But the problem is in my sim at home, it's exactly like this, but I have a shelf that actually is bolted through here, and the PC basically hides
right.
behind. That's it. I mean, I think this is easy. We can just buy a shelf.
Yeah, buy a shelf and put it on the shelf.
And then we'll put it on the top. I think it's going to look really cool.
Especially with the caliber of computers that you have. I mean, you have some really good, beautiful computers.
That you make.
Right.
So.
I mean, so
No,
you
but I mean,
want to
if
showcase
you're not
them.
going to show, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
that's it. You watch, because we have a redo studio. We're gonna talk a lot about it anyway. It's in a process.
It's dangerous that we're only 2 hours apart.
Very. It's actually a little safer that we are 2 hours apart, because if we were in the same place, it was going to be a big problem.
Right.
Cool. So
yeah, so that's the full compound.
wow.
But we do birthday parties, obviously every single weekend, tournaments, just a fun little community hangout spot. And we try and keep everything super, super affordable. If you buy up to 4 hours, you can actually buy an unlimited membership for an entire month for only $100.
Wow.
And you can unlimited play here.
$100 for the whole month.
Yeah.
Look at the wall. That's what we're trying to do but we couldn't come up. See? I need a
big Nano Leaf TK.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we have something really cool growing for the garage that Chris gave us an idea. That I'm not gonna say, because it's gonna be huge. It's gonna take a lot of space. But I think, and I'm not kidding, by the time that they put their magic on, Bruno's working on it. It's gonna send him all he needs. We did talk about it. Again, I'm not gonna I'm giving you a spoil, but I'm not telling what it is. It's probably gonna be the best wall I've ever had in my life.
Oh, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
I hate walls because when we hit, it's pretty hard. Cool. Well, this is a tour. We're gonna go to the.
Yeah. So we'll take you to the building real quick.
Now we're going to the place that I want to go.
Yep. So this is the build room here, and of course, I don't think we've introduced Austin on camera yet.
Nope. That's the boss. The other
Austin,
boss.
co-owner of VYRAL.
Hi, how are you guys? Thanks for coming today. Super exciting. Yeah, we're going to be building some PCs today. Obviously, that's why we're here. Many reasons, but it's going to be a fun, exciting day.
We got one of the beasts behind us that we're going to be working on. Absolute monster.
Guys, you guys remember this if you watch my videos. So remember, this was a Tony Kanaan bubble head. But with the redo of the studio at home and the stuff that these guys do, I felt like it was time. If you watch the video, me and Carlos carrying this thing down the stairs, and I told Carlos if he was able to take it out of the car all the way down to the studio, it was going to be his. Obviously, it was not, because it's here. He couldn't do it. We're going to change a lot. So I got some ideas we just talked about on the PC there, but we have all the PCs in the garage are going to be customized to some of the stuff. We were doing a bunch of new stuff. We'll put the description there, but also we have some news coming up. We're deciding we're going to have a limited edition, a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to tell you all of it right now, but yeah. And
stay tuned for that one.
That would be cool. That would be cool. And basically, but we'll start with the studio at home, because obviously that's where I stream the most. And we're getting a full overhauling. All the PCs are going to be VYRAL PCs. Obviously, I didn't, this PC was brand new, so they're kind enough to we're going to pull it apart and just put it in their customized case. And
yep, Brandon's already customizing the case. I can smell it. So we do all.
So yeah, tell them what you do, because I don't think a lot of people know.
Yes, this is Brandon. He's
nice hat.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice.
He found it on eBay.
Yeah, it's cheap, man. It's cheap.
Customizing the 11.
Yeah, so he's customizing some of the cases that we're doing. We do all the case mods in-house. It's a very tedious process to turn them into the clear view style that we do. Can't give away all the secrets, but Brandon there's taken off the original hardware from the original glass. We make new glass, reattach the old hardware, cut out some of the supports and all that, and then print on it, and that's the case customization. So we're going to be doing that a couple of times today, and then be doing a couple full builds. So I think
which is funny. I think if you guys watch CS in Vegas, those guys were there, but also I'm a huge fan of Lee and Lee. No ties with them. I don't. I mean, I've always, when I'm a fan of a product, you guys know this. I just have all of them. You can see. But they came out with their new case that is actually, I think, nobody's going to convince me that they didn't pick some of the ideas of what these guys are doing. Obviously, they did a top, actually, glass too, which I don't know about cooling. I know nothing about PCs. You guys know that. But I would say that they saw what these guys are doing, which is pretty cool, like leaving it extremely clean. And you guys have a good relationship with them, right?
A great relationship. Yeah, we were just in Taiwan and visited them just a few months ago. Went to their headquarters.
Which is cool, right? Maybe obviously you're modifying something from a company that spends a lot of time designing stuff. Sometimes it doesn't doesn't sit well with them, and actually
Exactly.
that tells you the quality of the work that they do.
Quality and the visionary and the open-mindedness to the CEO.
Well,
Jameson.
right. He's young. He's cool.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's still his case, right?
Yeah.
It's still.
Yeah,
It's
we
still.
thought the conversation was going to go, why are you cutting up our case?
Why are you
And
messing
he's
with
like,
it?
wanted to know, like, where did you get this idea? So it was a really cool conversation. It was super positive, and he's definitely up with the trends and knows where the vision's going with PCs. Obviously, his new addition to the cases are starting to evolve that a little bit as well.
And by the time this episode comes out, we might have our viral podcast episode come out where we interview Jameson, the CEO of Leon Lee, and talk about this same thing for about 20 minutes. So, really cool conversation.
Stay tuned. Well, here's the deal. This is the end of this video, and I think we're going to share. If you like it, subscribe, like it, and anything. I have the Indy 500 trophy, my Borg Warner there. My next goal, it's to get the 100K on YouTube right beside it. So
there we go.
Need
There's
that,
the goal.
need that.
we'll see. We're on the way. But guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. There will be more videos about it. We're going to talk about the plan. The next video will be the whole build. I'm probably going to build and actually...
You'll mess something up. You'll put
Mess
toothpaste.
something up.
You'll put toothpaste.
Yeah,
on
you
the
should.
CPU.
Keyboard.
So I'll give you guys one thing. I bought a keyboard. I'm a huge fan of keyboards. I was telling Chris, I have too many. Don't know how to build one. Bought a keyboard. Is how much I know. And the keyboard got shipped. And when it came in on transportation, some of the keys got loose.
Yeah.
My good friend Vito, right behind you guys, said this keyboard is a little weird because when I put it back together, I even put it in the letters in the wrong place. So that's how much. That's how much I know. So stay tuned. Thank you guys. Appreciate it, Chris.
Yep.
See you guys soon.